Welcome to the Salt and Pepper Podcast, where we talk about anything and everything. We're your host, Siddiqui.
And Adam.
And today we're diving into some theories, playing our new game Wavelength with guest Christian Mitchell, and finishing it off with divisional predictions. Thank you for listening. Make sure you subscribe and go check out our Spotify. Since we're, starting to make YouTube videos in the works and just new things in general, we are thinking of a name change from Salt and Pepper to something else a little bit easier to use for YouTube videos.
I think that the salt and pepper thing cannot translate to what we're trying to do, making other content wise. I think that a name change needs to happen. But I don't hate the Salt and Pepper name for the podcast though.
I don't either. I like Salt and Pepper for the podcast. I think YouTube channel wise though, we should change the name to something new and evolve as people.
I agree 100%. I think that what we have started here is special, but I think what we have coming is some of the best work that we can put out.
And we want you guys to, give us some name changes, and we don't really know what we want to change it to yet. There's a few names in the work, but
comment what you guys think our name should be.
Yeah. Comment what you guys think the new YouTube channel name should be.
And we're up for suggestions. We're up for ideas, content, things that you guys want to see, ideas on the name, anything, ideas that you guys got. So send them our way, man.
What do you want to see me and Adam do? And into theories, today a new theory. Just watched this new movie. It's called Leave the World Behind. Bunch of great actors in there. The movie, spoilers ahead, the movie's really about this family that wants to go on a vacation, but they live in New York City.
Yeah.
But they don't want to go too far out of the city. So they go to Long Island in this big, beautiful mansion. And, they're having a good time. They get to the mansion and weird occurrences start to happen. So, the first thing that happened was all the, electronics turned off. So you can't call anybody.
Right.
All the signal is down. Nothing's working.
Yeah.
So, you try to leave. All the roads are blocked off. And so they can't go anywhere, so they have to stay where they are. A little deeper into the movie, the family that owns the Airbnb, this black family, they come, and it's a little sus. I can't lie that they came.
Yeah, it does look like they would be the villains in the story.
Yeah, it looks weird that they're there.
Yeah.
And they asked if they can stay, they came from New York City.
Right.
And they just came because no phones were working. They couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, they didn't know what to do.
To come somewhere familiar.
Right. Makes sense. I would have done the same thing.
There's a daughter, and she starts seeing things before all the whole rest of the family. She's a little different than them.
Yeah. You can tell, though, that just when they switch it up and they cut the scenes, and she's always seeing something that nobody else is seeing throughout the entire movie.
Yeah, there was one scene where she saw hundreds of deer. And it was random.
Right. Right in the middle of it was the suburbs part of the city, but it was still a populated area.
Yeah.
There was no reason for there to be that amount of deer sitting in that one area.
Just looking straight at her.
Right.
And, you go through this movie and you see a bunch of weird things happen. So the first thing was communication and transportation was totally cut off.
Right.
You find out later that this black dude, they're good people. The black dude's an accountant for a bunch of rich people, so he knows a lot of information that others don't.
Right.
And he noticed that a lot of his, people he worked for left the country randomly.
Yeah.
So, and his wife is gone too. There's a scene where, a boat comes right up onto the sand. It's just a huge boat. Oil boats, I think, are the biggest ones, I think.
That hold the cargo containers.
Yeah. It went straight up onto the beach.
Yeah.
Almost hit them. And then, they see planes crash.
Right.
So all transportation is cut. you can't do nothing. There's a son. He goes into the woods with the daughter.
Yeah.
Into this weird like cabin thing.
Like a shed in the back.
Like a shed.
Yeah.
And he gets sick, like going out there. Because they're hearing, like in the woods, he gets bit by a bug.
Yeah.
And then they hear this noise, like this ringing noise.
Oh, everybody hears it in the entire world, though.
Yeah. I think it's just a U.S. thing, though. I think it was just a U.S. thing. Later on that,
right.
He gets sick from it's like radiation.
Okay.
And he got bit by the bug, which made him sick also, but it just made him more sick.
Right.
And he's just getting sicker and sicker, and they don't know what to do, so they try to leave again.
Yeah.
They try to leave again. They go down this road, and they see, like, all these cars just crashed.
Right.
And they see a row of Teslas.
But it was remote-controlled self-driving the cars, though.
The people thought it was people just coming, but it was just, like, the remote control.
Nobody was driving the cars. They were just crashing one by one, going down the road. Bang. Yeah.
Later in the movie, the kid goes to get medicine from another home, like close by, able to go to another house. And the black guy realizes after they got the medicine, after they had to fight with this dude, they almost died, they got killed.
Right.
The real, like what was really going on. Right. He kind of knew what was going on, but he didn't want to say it to everybody.
Right. To freak him out.
To freak everybody out.
Right.
But he tells them in the car the 3 stages and then like what's going on.
Right. So the black dude had came across the original 3 ways to like conquer a country like right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
And I think from the very beginning of the movie, you see like just how he interacts with everybody, that he knows something that everybody else doesn't, like you kind of said.
You can kind of tell that he knows a little bit more, or he's a little bit more about it. Like,
like
something's gonna happen.
Like he could tell what was going on, kind of.
Yeah.
And another big thing that played into the movie was the Death to America things that plane was dropping. Yeah. Like the flyers out of the plane.
The drone was dropping like thousands of red pamphlets saying Death to America.
Right.
The 3 stages of Death to America are stage 1, cut all transportation
and communication.
Yeah. Right. Stage 2 was to put fear, so like the ringing noise, like scares everybody, like, oh shit, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then the 3rd stage was to just let a civil war happen,
and everybody's going to
kill each other, and then they would take over the government.
So with no communication, no transportation, and a little bit of an edge on everybody, a little bit of everybody's got a little fear, it'll take care of itself.
Yeah.
Like if you cut everybody's communication and transportation, nobody can get out, nobody can come in, and they're just going to start fighting each other.
That's true.
And I think that it's so real that's what makes it such a great movie, is that the possibility of it happening is so real just because of how technology makes everybody's life so much easier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you took away all the technology, all driving, like you can't get nowhere.
You can't fly.
You freak out.
Can't go on a boat. Can't do nothing.
If this was real, if we were put in a real situation like this, I truly think it would go the exact same way.
That's 100%.
I agree.
The same way the movie did with just a civil war in general.
Yeah.
Like I think people would be killing people every day just for food.
I mean, I can't say that it wouldn't be that type of world though, because outside of your family, you got to start providing in one way or another.
Yeah.
Like if I had to kill somebody, I had to kill somebody to get food for my family. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's just the world that's the environment that they created. Yeah, you know what I mean?
In the movie, to get medicine for his son, the black dude almost got shot with a gun, over a little bit of medicine.
Yeah.
You see near the end of the movie, there's always this one reoccurring house, always a one reoccurring house with a cellar that the girl goes into.
Yeah.
And she's missing, so the mom and the black daughter are looking for the daughter.
Yeah.
And they see New York getting blown up.
Right. Like bombs and shit
yeah,
dropping in
like-
the city. They can see it from Long Island from their house. That they're
Right.
trying to
And
get
that's
to.
how the movie ends.
Yeah.
Which is the craziest ending.
Right.
And I love the movie, but it makes you think about like could this happen to us for real?
Right.
Like, oh, like you in your head, you're like, nah, like we would be way better than this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There would be more structure. You know what I mean?
There would be people to figure it out for everybody else.
Yeah.
But it's like you take that top 1% of like the population that has the in on everything that happens in the world.
Right.
And like you said, that the accountant dude knew that they were leaving. Like,
He
that's
knew they were leaving, but he didn't know why they were leaving.
But that's what I'm saying though. You can't tell me that shit wouldn't happen. That shit would happen 110%. The top 1% of people, the Jeff Bezos and all of them, bro, they'd be out. They would know exactly what was happening, and they would be out. Yeah, exactly.
Forever living their life. So it really makes me think about like how we treat these countries that could potentially do that
Right.
to us.
But as if nobody is like as privileged as the people in the United States.
That's
You
very
know what I
true.
mean? Like,
we think we're a lot safer than we are.
but I'm talking like materialistic things, bro.
Yeah.
Bunch of kids grow up with everything they've ever wanted. So it's like you look at kids in other countries, they're still working. Like the kids in China go to school for like 14 hours a day, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they work right after.
And you know what I'm saying? It's like they've built such strong ways to be like a community and like how their society runs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That like we don't do shit here compared to other countries. Like people eat whatever they want. We go to school for 6 hours a day. Like it's okay if you don't go to school. You know what I'm saying? It's okay if you sit in your mom's basement till you're 30 years old, not doing shit with your life. Like,
and I think even though we grew apart, like kids over there would die to be in that situation.
Exactly though. That's what I'm saying. And it's like I wouldn't even be surprised, bro. Like you think that they're not jealous of what we have here? That's exactly why people would drop flyers that say death to America.
Yeah.
Like, of course they would want to get rid of us because they see how easy we have it here. And I think everybody takes advantage of it, honestly. Everybody in the United States takes advantage of how easy it is to live here.
I think that that movie gave, like, it was a warning shot to me, even just a little bit.
Right.
Even though it's just a movie, like, sometimes you got to read deeper into movies.
Because, I mean, they're made for a reason.
Yeah.
They're made for lessons. I mean, you see the wars going on across the sea, man. That's horrible. Like, families getting split up, people dying every day. Like, it's just sad to see a lot of my friends have to go through that to see, you know what I mean, their religion and their people getting killed
every day.
And that's just horrible to see because no one in this country would ever know how that ever would have felt. You know what I mean?
I'm saying, like, our army, tries to help a lot of people, but at the end of the day, we lose a lot of our army to war too.
Right.
And it's just hard going through that. And I think if this ever happened to America, I don't even know if the government could do anything because that's the whole point is to just like shut off the government to the world.
Right.
And just take over the government that easy.
I mean, but it also, another point I think this movie brings up is how much people are pawns in this country, about how much they just play into the government and how people wouldn't be able to survive without being part of the government.
Well, that's very true.
You know what I mean? Like they're like all these bunch of people are just pawns. Pay your taxes, pay your rent, pay your bills, and you die. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of these people are just doing. And they go to school, they go to college just to be a pawn in this world. And, like not a lot of people want to be different. They don't want to veer away from like the normal path of being like that top 1% of people. You know what I mean?
I think that's a great moving point to go into a new game we're playing today called Wavelength with Christian. Explain the game, Adam.
The game is Wavelength. There will be 3 rounds. Me and Sid came up with 3 numbers that are 1 through 10, 1 number for each round. Christian will ask us 3 questions each round for each one of us. And we will give him a number based on how we feel about the question that he gives us. So, for example, if he asked us to give us a shoe brand, and Nike would be closer to a 10, and Puma would be like a 3.
Right. Okay, let's play a game, man. I'm excited.
So obviously we got the first number. Okay,
Okay.
ask away.
I'm gonna start with Sid over here. I'm gonna ask you to give me. Let's just go with the shoe brand. Let's start with the shoe brand. Why not?
Shoe brand. Shoe brand wise, I would probably go Reebok.
I was thinking the same thing in my head.
Okay.
Reebok.
So right now I'm thinking it's a little lower. So probably like 1 to 5. Adam, I'm gonna need give me a late night snack.
Late night
A
snack.
late night snack, man.
I'm gonna say regular tortilla chips.
Regular tortilla chips. W. That's W. That's W right there.
Whatever. I don't know. Personally, I don't know. So I like a 3. 3. Give me a. Just get out of practice. You're thirsty. Give me a drink. Go to the store. You need a bev.
Go to the store. You need a bev. First thing out of practice. You probably gonna drink like a Mountain Dew right out of practice. Right out of practice.
Okay, I'm at like a 2 right now. 2 or 3. Adam, let's see. Give me a superhero. Give me a superhero.
A superhero.
This game is only hard because you gotta like think
Yeah.
right on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why I
what
like
I'm
it, though. I
saying.
like
Like
the
even
game.
the questions.
A
These are the
superhero?
questions,
I'm gonna
yeah.
say Green Lantern.
See, I don't know. I mess with Green Lantern. It's low-key tough, but his ability isn't. He's not like when you think of superheroes, you think of Superman or Batman or the Flash. So I'm gonna stay low, like a 2 or 3.
Okay.
Sid, I'm gonna need an NBA player's jump shot.
NBA player's jump shot.
Yeah, gotta think harder on this one.
NBA player's jump shot.
This is the last question he gets to ask you.
Yeah,
He gets one more after this.
I
but-
would say Lonzo Ball or LaMelo
Lonzo.
Ball.
like
Ball
Lonzo,
brother.
like Lakers Lonzo.
Yes,
Lonzo,
Lakers.
yeah,
Lonzo.
Lakers Lonzo.
Okay, so we're low. So I think you guys picked a low number here. I'm for sure. I think I got my number, but I still get one more question for
Yeah.
Adam. Here, give me a
Okay.
movie genre. Give me a movie genre.
Movie.
Let's see. This is tough because I mess with him, but you might not mess with him. I'm gonna say a documentary.
Docu series.
I don't know.
I feel like that's the only one I can think of.
I'm gonna just lock in. I'm gonna go with 2.
A 2.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you did not get it by
it 3?
1. It was a 3. You were right
Yeah.
there.
Darn it, man. I was
You were
really
right
hoping.
there.
I was really hoping.
The next round of questions, 3 each. I say if you have a number in your head, you just say it, bro. That's just my opinion. If you have a number, go for it. Next round, bro. What's your first question?
First question. Okay, gotta switch it up. So let's go with let's go with like a YouTuber.
A YouTuber. I would probably say a good YouTuber, a bad YouTuber. I like YouTubers that are different than you though, so it's hard.
Yeah.
We all got our different
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. You kind of
impressions on people.
in this game. You kind of have to think how the person you're asking. So, like for example, if
I got
ask-
one, bro.
You got one. Alright.
Cash Nasty.
Cash Nasty.
Cash
Okay.
Nasty.
So Cash Nasty he's a funny guy. Top of the key, wet like water.
Everybody grew up on Cash.
That's what I'm saying.
Cash nasty.
So, personally, me, I grew up on 2Hype. I love 2Hype. Jester's my favorite YouTuber of all time.
Okay.
So, I love 2Hype. So, I'm going to go Cash. I'm going to start with a 7. Adam, I'm going to need... Give me a basketball shoe. Like a... Yeah.
I'm gonna go Kyrie's.
Kyrie's.
The OG Kyrie's though, like
Okay, so...
like a Nike Kyrie.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, we're up there, 7 or 8. I think I've always worn Kyrie's when I was younger. I wore LeBrons, but before they were heavy.
Yeah.
But as high school years, right now I've been wearing Kyrie's. I wear D Wade, so
I always wear Kyrie's.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go 8. I'm gonna be at an 8 right now. I don't know. Let's see. Sid, give me a sport to watch,
A sport to watch.
not to play because that's too hard.
like in arena or not in
like
arena?
home sitting down
At a TV.
at a TV.
At a TV. I would say a good sport to watch for this number is probably playoff baseball. Playoff baseball.
Playoff is like I don't know.
I'm thinking
I-
World Series baseball.
World Series baseball. High, like for
I
all the
don't know
tokens
that.
baseball. For
Yeah.
everything baseball. Not like regular season, middle of the season baseball.
Yeah,
like
games that don't matter. Like
Like-
games that matter.
Okay.
baseball.
Game 7 World Series
Okay.
game.
Okay,
Baseball though.
So then, it's baseball. So like I play baseball, and I mean I don't think baseball is that fun to watch. Personally, I think personally the best thing to watch is football because every play something's happening.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna stick at like a 7 right now. 7 because World Series I feel like finals,
Yeah.
Super Bowl, everybody watches playoffs in the NFL.
Right.
Everyone
Yeah.
watches the. So yeah, I'm gonna stay at a 7. Adam, give me a season.
Like winter or something.
Yeah.
A good season, man. That's
Mm.
tough. I like all my seasons besides winter for real.
Yeah, there's pros and cons to everything, but
Spring.
spring,
That's W.
that's W. It's perfect outside. You can't really hoop.
It's
But-
kind of rainy though.
It is.
That's the only thing that I don't like about spring.
It's the weather's not terrible though. It's not too cold and not too hot. So yeah, 7 or a 6. Give me a clothing brand, Sid.
Clothing brand.
Like I'll say you're going out to a fancy restaurant. What are you gonna wear? What are you gonna wear? How about that?
I'll probably wear. What would I wear? I'll probably wear some polo.
Some polo. Okay,
Mm.
that's
Probably wear
like
some polo.
that's not. It's not like highest of them all. So yeah, I'm a
Nice little polo shirt going
fancy
on.
restaurant. Yeah, it's 6 or 7 still. I think I got my answer though.
You got your
I
answer?
think I got my answer.
All right.
Do I need to ask the last
You
question?
don't
You
have
ask
to.
the last question.
I'm gonna go with 6.
6?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Again, one number
7?
off. It's a
Yeah.
7.
Oh my god! I just need to lock in.
You need to lock in. You open
Yeah.
2.
Last one.
I got this one.
You
got this one.
Last one.
I'm feeling. I got the number. You got the number.
Got the number. I'm locked in.
Okay. Give me a crib.
A crib?
Yeah, like a house. Like I don't know. Like throw a party at.
House to throw a party at?
Like land can be included too.
I would say 3-story house. Big living room to party in.
Big living room.
Probably could fit like 100 people in there.
Okay, so that's 9 or 10. It's a pretty valid house. I mean, I'll take that any day of the week.
Shit, I'll take anything any day of the week.
Type shit. Give me an NBA player, Adam.
LeBron James.
I'm locked in. 10.
A 10?
Got it, man.
Hey, let's
baby.
go.
Congrats, man. You got one.
That's
There
one.
you go.
One out
Maybe in
of
future
2.
episodes we play this again. Yeah, 1 out of 3 is not the best, but I mean, there's always room for improvement.
Usually the guests win, man. That was our first
Yeah.
one.
That was our first win.
That was our
I don't
first
know
one.
if you count that if we're 1-1.
I'm counting that as a win. Half a win.
for both of us.
Yeah, we can split that in half.
There we go.
Moving on to sports. Last weekend or the prior weekend, it was wild card weekend, and we put our names out there and what we really thought was going to happen, and surprisingly, I hit on a lot of my games,
I didn't do good at all.
and I was very surprised on a lot of my games. AFC wise, I I had Cleveland over Houston, and Houston dominated Cleveland.
I'm not even too surprised by that one though.
Yeah, I was a little bit. I didn't expect C.J. Stroud to play that good in general.
But the defense though scored like 2 straight touchdowns in the second half.
Yeah, 2 pick sixes.
They were playing out of their mind.
And the next game, I had Miami over the Chiefs, which I also didn't hit. It was a good game though, cold game, 1 touchdown game,
Yeah.
and
It wasn't really close, but it was a 1 touchdown game.
yeah. Those are the good games to watch.
Yeah.
And then I had Buffalo over Pittsburgh, and Buffalo won that pretty handily.
That was a bad game to watch. It was just the Steelers were all over the place.
On God, and there was OD snow. They had to push the game back to Monday.
That is true.
This is where I started cooking. This is where I started cooking with gas. I had the Bucks over Eagles, and I won that game. The Bucks absolutely slaughtered the Eagles.
Yeah, that was tough to watch because the Eagles can be so much better, but I feel like that solidifies how good AJ Brown really is.
Yeah.
Because that offense was looking terrible without him out there.
And they couldn't run the ball. They couldn't do anything.
The Bucks defense was also playing pretty good too.
Yeah, they were stopping.
They were rallying to the football.
Yeah.
OD.
They were playing good football. Jason Kelsey retired after the game. Had a great career. Probably the greatest center of all time, in my opinion.
I agree with that statement.
Probably the best game of the week. Lions and Rams, 23-24. Rams end up losing that game to the Lions. Lions getting their first playoff dub in mad long.
Too long.
30 years or something like that. So, Matthew Stafford probably, was sad but happy at the same time that the city got a win.
Yeah.
And, Rams advance. And then this is my favorite one because Adam was talking crazy on this team. And, we pulled out the W with Jordan Love. Green Bay beat Dallas in that game. And
I don't even think that the Green Bay Packers won that game. I think that the Dallas Cowboys lost that game.
Wow. Still hating.
And I think that's just what it is.
Still hating.
I just don't see a world where that would. Well, obviously I can now because every year the Cowboys on paper are supposed to win. They lose first round every year.
Every year. Moving on to the next round of games, the divisional round. There's Green Bay and San Fran, and Bucks versus Lions in the NFC, and Texans versus Ravens, and Chiefs versus Bills in the AFC. Adam, who you got in the NFC winning these 2 games?
Well, we got Green Bay versus San Francisco in the first game. I think that's a no-brainer there.
No-brainer.
I do got more respect for Green Bay, but I have
they are the best team in the league. They're playing the best team in the league.
So I mean, is it out of the realm of possibility? Probably not. But I do think that San Francisco wins this game in one way or another. I'm not even going to say by multiple scores anymore because I'm not even going to say that. I'm just going to say I don't care how they win it, but San Francisco is going to come away with this one.
And the game, I have to choose Green Bay because they're my team. I do think San Fran will probably pull away with a W, but I'm hoping Green Bay wins, so I'm picking Green Bay to beat San Fran, but I'm not mad if San Fran wins.
This next game, though, will be great, I think.
Bucks-Lions?
Bucks-Lions. I think that the Bucks played a phenomenal game against the Eagles, and I honestly think that the Rams could have been higher than 6 this year. They had a great rookie stepping up for them, the Rams. But I do think, though, that the Lions had, I'd probably say, a tougher first round than the Bucks did. So I'm going to say that the Lions come away with this one.
The Lions take this one. It's tough because I do want to take the Bucks because I did pick them last round and they hit for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So Baker Mayfield is, playing out of his mind. And there was a couple plays in that game when I was like, damn, Baker Mayfield is playing good football.
Right.
And here I am going to pick the Lions here, but I think it's going to be a lot better of a game than people think it will be.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a 1-touchdown, 3-point game, coming down to the end of the game.
Yeah.
So I got Lions and I got Green Bay winning in the NFC, going to the NFC Championship game, and then AFC Texans versus Baltimore. Who you got?
I know last time I said that the winner of the wild card game for this didn't matter, and I'm gonna completely change what I think. I think that if the Houston's defense can play how they did last week, I want to rally behind C.J. Stroud. Honestly, I want to root for C.J. Stroud and the Texans. So I'm gonna go very close game here. I think that two very good offenses, but give me the Texans defense on a good day over the Baltimore's defense on a good day. And I say that the Texans win this game.
Texans win this game. And that's a sleeper pick. In my opinion, Baltimore, you got to look at the facts. Baltimore never plays good in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson can't figure it out. So, I would love to see the Texans win here.
Yeah.
Low key. I would be surprised if the Texans win, but I do want them to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And hopefully they can pull it out, and that would be crazy for a rookie to even get there because
I think he deserves to get there, though. I think he's been playing the way he needs to play for this team to get there.
And, for a rookie to be in MVP talks early in the season, and, he did get injured, but, still, he's probably going to win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
I want Texans here. I want Texans here. Going on to, the Chiefs and Bills, big rivalry. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, two biggest quarterbacks in the league, just banging out every single year. And they always have good games. They always put on good performances. So this is obviously going to be, another big game for them.
Right.
And to see who's the better quarterback. And I got Chiefs here, moving on. I think the Chiefs had their problems this year in the season, but it's playoff football. It's a whole different slate. As you can see, there's teams winning that shouldn't be winning.
Yeah.
So it's everybody's 0-0 in the playoffs, So I have the Chiefs winning here.
And this is where I disagree with you here.
Okay.
I think that if you look back at the matchups between Kansas City and the Bills, it's always been an Arrowhead.
But I know that it's their Patrick Mahomes' first ever away game as a football player.
Honestly, both places are cold, obviously. Cold does not play – it does play a factor, but both these teams are used to practicing and playing in the cold.
Yeah.
And I don't think that that'll be a problem in this game.
Yeah.
But they don't know how to play on the road in the playoffs. So I think that Buffalo has a better shot at winning this game than Kansas City does, honestly. And Bills Mafia is nothing to sleep on, too. You know what I mean?
They some dogs.
And
I got a teammate, his name is John, he runs long distance, and all he was yelling about this week was Bills Mafia all week long. So hopefully, they win because I don't want to see what would happen if they lose.
Right. And it's always a shootout between these two teams.
Always
a good game.
Great offenses.
Always an overtime game.
Banging out all the time.
Yeah.
So NFC, I got Green Bay, and I got Lions moving on. In the AFC, I got the Texans, and I got the Chiefs moving on for the NFC and AFC championship games. Let's move on to the NBA. NBA-wise. Talk to me. If you could create a starting lineup of NBA players from any era, who would it be and why?
Wow. So I'm putting together a lineup, right? I'm not creating like a top 5 list, right? I'm just
not a top 5 list, okay. A lineup. Like who you want to, go win you a championship.
This is easy for me.
Easy work. Okay, talk to me.
I would say that I need to have a 1 that's a pass first guy, but I'm going to go with Steph Curry at the point guard.
Okay.
It's hard to argue on why you need Steph Curry, and I think with the other players it'll be easier to hide him on defense. Shooting guard, I got Kobe.
Okay.
Leadership, mentality, defense first guy. Obviously, a bunch of stories about how he loved to play defense.
Right.
You know what I mean? He wants to match up against their best player. He wants to dominate their best player. And no matter what other lineup you could put out there, it's hard not to pick Kobe.
Right.
Size here. Actually, no, I won't. I'm going to put LeBron at the 2. and slide Kobe to the 3.
Okay.
Just because LeBron will probably play a majority of point guard, so Curry can come off the ball and get shots when we need him to.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw LeBron in there at the 2, Kobe at the 3. 4 is kind of a toss up for me because it's like you want to go with like a rebounding guy, or like you can go with like Wilt, you can go with like Kareem and just go big and just get every rebound.
Yeah.
But 5 is a lock for me as Shaq.
Okay.
I think that just how dominant he was, doesn't matter who it is, you can have that player down there to get a bucket down there if you need it. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to get the ball every time to be effective. You know what I mean? Like offensive rebounds, you don't have to worry about that down there. And then at the 4, instead of going big, I'm going to go space the floor. Give me Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant. Okay.
A 7-foot guy.
That's a good 5. Who would you put at 6, though, if you had a 6-man?
If I had a 6-man, that's tough. Because then I'm thinking to get like a true guy to come in there and run the point. Because I'm thinking like I'm just to take Curry out of that lineup. You know what I mean? As a 6-man, like he'd be the first guy to come out.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see what John Stockton could do with that lineup.
Right. I
You
like
know what
that.
I mean?
I like that 6. It's a good 6 right there. Let me put mine out there though.
All right, let's hear it.
5 and a 6. It's a little crazy though. It's nothing ordinary.
Right.
At the 1, I'm going Steve Nash.
I like
he could
that.
pass the rock.
Yeah.
He could score a little bit, but nothing crazy. I just need somebody in there to manage the ball.
Right.
At the 2 and 3, I'm going Mike and LeBron because I need my 2 scorers.
Yep.
I just need them to score as many points as they can. I don't care how to play on defense or whatever.
Right.
They're going to play defense like they're good defenders, but you know what I mean? On the offensive side of the ball, I just need 2 good scorers.
Yeah.
At the 4, I'm going Shaq. You can understand why.
Right.
Shaq, obviously, most dominant player of all time.
Yeah.
Scary, scary guy. The reason I put him at the 4 is because I'm throwing Wemby at the 5.
Okay.
That's a sleeper put. That's
Yeah,
a sleeper
I like that.
pick.
I don't think
Because he gives you the defense, but he could do so much on offense that is like weird.
he
Like,
comes slicing through the paint and Shaq's putting him right on his ass.
Shaq's on my team.
I'm just saying. If
So
you were to
at
go
the
against,
4,
you don't think Dennis Rodman would be like, get out of here? Like he doesn't care what he thinks. He doesn't care if he gets a foul.
Dennis Rodman can never guard a Wemby.
If he's
Wemby is too
if he's
much.
coming off if
Wemby
he's
is
coming
too
off
much.
like an Iverson screen and he puts one elbow out and extends it, he's flying. 209 pounds.
209? That's crazy. I'm wrong.
And that's crazy for you to say that.
Wow. 200 pounds?
209 pounds.
He'd be fine. He could shoot the rock. He could do it all. I'm putting Wemby.
He's getting thrown around by
No, he's
everybody
not.
ever in
No,
NBA
he's not.
history.
That's just not true.
Okay.
If the Spurs give him the rock, he's scoring 30 a game.
That's cool.
And at my 6, I'm going Raspy. I'm going Pat Bev at 6. I'm going Pat Bev at the 6.
That's absolutely absurdly delusional.
No, it's not, because I need somebody to bring that energy. I need somebody to be a dog.
So
in there.
pick Gary Payton, someone that's not an
Nah.
absolute bum that isn't there for just memes, bro.
That's the only reason he is there for.
Okay.
He's not gonna play that much, but he's gonna be a dog all the time.
So don't pick him as your 6-man. Get him as your 13. You pick him everybody who's ever played in the NBA.
everybody,
I would pick 200 players before I pick back Pat
wow,
Bev.
200 is crazy. Or like a Gilbert Arenas. Guns in the locker room.
I don't want him going in the stands and beating on my fans either, bro.
Come on, that's a W pick.
No, it's not.
Gilbert Arenas, he was tough. He's real tough.
I'd just rather have Kobe on my team.
Moving on to quotes of the day. Today my quote is, where there is no struggle, there is no strength.
100%.
100%. If you just go through life, everything handed to you, you're not going to understand, the meaning or
Appreciate anything.
anything in life.
Yeah.
So I think a good amount of struggle, not a whole lot, but a good amount of struggle could make you a lot stronger of a person at the end of the day.
100%. My quote of the day is, don't let yesterday take up too much of today. honestly, I think that a lot of people go through life without really appreciating what they see or thinking about how they could change what's already happened to them. And I think that if you live with a mindset of constantly trying to fix the mistakes that you made yesterday, then you're never going to be able to really live your life to the fullest and really chase what you're trying to do. And honestly, I think that's where a lot of people go wrong in life.
I like that. Thank you guys for tapping into the Salt and Pepper Podcast, episode 5. Make sure you subscribe and go take a look at our Spotify.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.